Hi, I'm Freak Boy, and welcome to Freak Boy Runs. Well, today is another first in this training cycle. Last week was my first tempo session, actually running and not on the elliptical. And today is my first threshold session, not on the elliptical. So, it's a tough one today. I'll be running a total of 12 miles. The first 2 miles, which I only have less than half a mile left, are just a very easy warm-up. Then that gets me off the streets and close to the park, where I begin the threshold, which has 4 kilometers at marathon pace / marathon effort. It's kind of a tough way to start, because then I go straight into 10 reps of 800 meters with 2 minutes rest in between at threshold. And just as a reminder, or if you don't know, threshold is very top of my heart rate zone 3, very bottom of zone 4. So for me, that should be kind of ranging between 158 to like maybe 163, maybe a little bit higher, but in that range. So I'm a little nervous. The 10 reps might be a bit too much. I might have to give myself permission to quit, even though I hate quitting. I didn't reprogram the session for less reps, but judging by how hard that tempo session was last week, I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes. So I have no idea if I'll have enough energy to bring the camera out. I will have those 2-minute rests, so I might. So I'll either see you somewhere in the middle or at the end of the run. Cheers for a sec. Okay, I'm on my break section. Just a very slow jog. It's been tough so far. I'm halfway through. I've got 5 done. After the next one, I'll take my second gel. No, my third gel actually already. My last gel. Oh, just trying to get my heart rate all the way down to zone 1 here. So far I've kept the intervals fairly close in time, and I've kept my heart rate right where I want it. I have not drifted too high yet, although I expect that's going to be harder and harder to maintain as I go along here. That's why I really want to get my heart rate down under 140 on these breaks. You might be able to tell, you could just barely consider this a jog, what I'm doing. Just enough to keep moving and slow enough to get my heart rate down. It's at 140 now, so success, since it's at 140 and just drop below. Okay, not gonna spend my break talking to camera anymore. Oh, I don't have any break left anyways. I'll catch up with you guys at the end. Okay, I'm near the end, trying to make the final rep my strongest. So far so good. Not much left. I don't think. It's hard to read my watch, it's beeping now. Okay. Yeah, I just decided to push. It's okay if my heart rate blew up on that last rep, which it did go to the top of zone 4. But I did okay. I think I kept pretty much every rep just right around 4 minutes, plus or minus a couple seconds. Heart rate stayed within the bottom half of zone 4, except for the last rep. I feel pretty good. In that last rep, I ran at 3:52. Which actually isn't too bad, all things considered. It's warm, still just barely starting to get back into running shape. Got a long ways to go. This is week 11 of an 18-week plan. But remember that the last 3 weeks are taper. So I'm not doing anything super hard there at all. So really, after this week, I got a deload week next week, and then a 3-week build block 2. And then I gotta be ready. This run did a lot to boost my confidence though. I wasn't super fast, but I was consistent. That's really important, to find that right pace that keeps me at the right heart rate and maintain throughout. And I really think I did that pretty well. I've probably nailed sessions better than this in the past, but really I'm not going to complain at all. And the glute in the back held out, really didn't bother me at all, so I'm thankful for that as well. Anyways, how about we come back on Thursday for the tempo session. I don't know exactly how that session's built yet. I haven't looked at it, but I know it's a tempo, so I'll probably bring the camera out for a few minutes of that anyways. Until then, cheerio. It's Tempo Thursday. Got a late start today, but getting it done. So today is warm up, then in about half a mile I'm going to start tempo for 5 kilometers. Then I get a little break. I do 1 kilometer easy jog, and then I come back 5 kilometers at tempo, and that's it. Simple session. I've done it several times now. Sometimes I find it hard, sometimes I find it not so bad. Today I'm feeling pretty decent. I didn't get the greatest sleep last night, but for some reason I feel like I've got energy, at least right now. So we'll see how it's going. Probably try and give you guys an update on the 1 kilometer easy. And then, good morning. Hopefully, just a minute or two when I'm done, depending on how fast I run, I may have to go straight onto a conference call. My late start didn't help me in that regard. So, okay, you can go in my pocket for a bit. I'll do my tempo, pick you up in the middle, and let you know how it's going. See you in a sec. All right, first 5K done. Before I talk about how that went, I don't want to forget to highlight these bad boys. Those are ASICS Super Blast 2 on their maiden run. First time using these babies, and I love them so far. And no blisters like with the ASICS Mega Blasts a couple weeks ago. Okay, so the run so far has gone pretty well. In fact, I have to say, pretty much as good as I think I can do. Every kilometer was either 5 minutes 11 or 5 minutes 12. So keeping my pace steady within a 1 second range per kilometer, that's outstanding. I'm very happy with that. Heart rate, I kept it in zone 3. It was drifting up towards the top there at the end, but it stayed within zone 3. We'll see if I can do that in the second set of 5. I have my doubts. I think at the very end it might creep up. My prediction is for the last kilometer I'll be above zone 3, but I will do my best to maintain my pace. We'll see if I can get it dialed in again as well. So yeah, I want to take the rest of this rest break here to make sure my heart rate goes down as low as possible. I'll pick you guys up at the end. Done. Actually, a little bit faster than the first 5K, but not as consistent. I ran the first kilometer of that second half at 5:11, second kilometer at 5:10, third at 5:06, fourth at 5:13, and fifth at 5:08. Which, to be fair to me, is somewhat to be expected, since the whole first 5K is at a, not the whole thing, but the first 5K has a lot of slight downhill grade, and then coming back you got to go up. So I'm going to blame that on my lack of consistency. Okay, well, I'm going to shut the run down here pretty soon, shut the camera down right now, and I'll see you guys in a few secs when I pick you up on my long run Sunday. Cheers. Hey, here I am. Let's see, about close to 5 miles. Close to 5 miles into my long run. The plan is 20 miles today. I'm still on a hot spot. albeit a slow hot spot due to my condition and the heat. I'm wearing my Nike Vaporfly Next Percent 3s, mostly just to have the lightest shoes on my feet for today. I'm starting to regret wearing this tank top. When I do this right shoulder strap of my camelback, that's what you call it, irritates my shoulder. It's a lot cooler to run with more skin exposed, but I think I'm gonna have to go back to the t-shirts, because I'm guessing by the time I'm done there will be a raw spot rubbed on my shoulder. Anyways, it's going okay. I feel slow today, and that's reflected in my split times. But it is what it is. Just want to get through this long run and into my deload week, which starts tomorrow, and I feel I need it. I am feeling not pain, but a little bit of tightness in my left hamstring, which is the first time I felt this during this training cycle. I haven't been taping my hamstrings like I used to. Maybe I need to go back to it. I don't know. We'll see. Keep an eye on it as I continue. So I'll pick you guys back up a little later and let you know how the rest of the long run's going. Let's see. Another quarter mile. I'll be at 15 miles. And that'll be 3/4 of the way done. I am giving myself permission to stop at 18 if I really feel bagged. We'll just have to see how that goes. I have felt like stopping ever since when I finished 10 miles. I was near the car, and it was so tempting just to run to the car and be done. But I had to be wise about it. Get through the next little bit, get a little ways away from the car, and those thoughts kind of faded. It's still been really hard ever since then, but I haven't felt as much like quitting as I did right at that point. Anyways, I just wanted to give a quick update. I'm too tired for holding the camera, so I think I'm going to come back once I'm done. Cheers for a sec. Does it ever feel good to be done? Oh, that was pretty tough. I've had worse though, but yeah, it was rough after the halfway point there. I was pretty beat, but I just kept pushing on, 1 kilometer at a time, 1 mile at a time. Just kept ticking them off. I'm gonna have to probably ration my water a little bit better. I was wearing the large reservoir today as I was last week. And last week it lasted me exactly through the run. And it lasted me about the exact same amount of time this time. But that left me about 3 kilometers short. It was okay, because I still had some water in the car, so I could finish those last 3K without water. That was not a disaster. But 2 weeks from now, when I do my 35K run, today was 32K, 20 miles, 32K. I'm doing 35K 2 weeks from today, and I think I'm gonna probably really want some water there in that last 5K. So I just need to be a little bit more careful. My time was not great. Wasn't horrendous. I finished it in 3 hours and 11 minutes. Again, I need to hopefully do a little bit better on that 35K run. I don't mind going, 10-15 minutes over the 3-hour limit, but if I need to go to 3.5 hours, I will, but that's kind of pushing it. So we'll see how that goes. What else? Yeah, I did make one mistake today. I take salt tablets on the top of every hour. I took them before I started. I took them after hour 1, but then I forgot at hour 2 and hour 3 morning. So that's a mistake I will definitely try to correct. Again, that's not a disaster. I think I could probably do without the salt tabs. They are a preventative measure for me. I've never been in a situation where I was cramping and felt, oh man, I wish I had salt tabs, but I've always taken the salt tabs. So it's one of those situations where I've always done it and I haven't had cramps. So I'm going to keep doing it and presume that it's doing something good. At the very least, I know it's not hurting. So yeah, again, not a perfect run. And also, as I said, slow, 3 hours and 11 minutes. But with this heat, it's pretty hard to do too much better. Been looking at my times last summer. I was doing better, but my fitness was a lot better. I wasn't coming back from a long time off with an injury like this time around. So I do have to be kind to myself, and I was being kind to myself during the run. Normally when I do these long runs, I really try not to do any stops at all. I try to simulate the race conditions as much as possible with no stopping. But here I'm trying to be kind to myself. I stopped several times, sometimes to do my gel and get a drink, sometimes just to catch a little bit of shade and take 30 seconds to let my heart rate come down. Just trying to, as I said, be kind to myself and keep from pushing too hard and potentially injuring myself. I'm already pushing, I think, maybe somewhat close to the limit just by doing these long runs a little bit longer than prescribed, which is the norm for me, but a little bit more risky than normal. considering my situation over the past 6 months. So but I feel okay. The glute and probably related hamstring, I don't know if it's related for sure, but the glute and the hamstring, they never got to the point of really bothering me. I just started feeling the glute after about 10 miles, the hamstring there, I think after maybe 14, 15 miles. I can't remember for sure exactly where that was, but somewhere like that. But neither one got worse. And I'm just kind of discombobulated, so I don't remember if I said this part. I don't think I did. One thing I did today was I saved a little bit in the tank and finished strong. So I did the last kilometer for sure, probably the last mile overall was my fastest of the session. Not super fast by any stretch, but nice to just have a little bit left in the tank and push a little bit more at the end. And I didn't finish exhausted, but I did finish wanting to stop. So there's that. Okay. Yeah, I'm really happy that I'm starting a deload week tomorrow. I feel I need a break. Not sure if I'll do a video during the deload week or give myself a break from this as well. We'll see. But right now, I'm gonna listen to some Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, and just chillax for the last 3/4 of my walk here to finish the day off. So if you're enjoying the content, be sure to hit the like button below. That helps the channel. Subscribe if you haven't done that as well. And until next time on Freak Boy Runs, embrace the misery. A freak boy.